Alright, something a bit different quickly for this video. I've been really lagging in the current campaign I've been doing in the 109 as far as speed and keeping up with my flight and enemy in combat, so I wanted to jump in quickly and just test out exactly how far I can push this engine. So I've just got a tank on, just configuring it with max weight, and I just want to see, just in cruise, just with this configuration at the moment, exactly how far I can push it before I blow the engine, because I'm too paranoid in mission to really test it. Now I've got Chuck's guide here. Cruise on here says 24 and 125. Now I've been usually running around 124 and 135 because that's kind of how it sets itself. I'll show you that what I mean when I'm in radiator auto without controlling the prop pitch manually. Combat, I can push up to 26, 135. Now, assuming that means 30 seconds or does it mean 30 minutes? I really don't know. We'll soon find out, because 10 minutes sounds like a lot for war emergency power. But that's what I'm here to test, so let's get into it. So currently I'm at 6,000. So I'm going to try hold that. Let's unpause it. Whoa. Let's trim out. So currently I'm at, well, let's have a look at cruise first of all. So that's 24-ish there, and my ATA is quite high, well above the 1.2 that they recommend. Now is that because I got a tank? And look at my temp there, is also quite high. So let's see if I can just hold it level. What happens to that temperature if I keep it at that parameter? I think it's governor auto. Where is it? Yeah, it's in auto. Let's get the nose down a touch. So it's still high. Not raising any, but so I probably could keep it like this for a fair while. I even think it's coming down a bit. And that's generally what I've been running at, about 24 RPM if I'm cruising. And still planes seem to be flying pretty easily by me. So let's see. Now I've got the tank on, but let's just see if when I push it up, it's 26, just what happens to the temperature. Yeah, that's definitely going down up there. So I can run like that forever, I reckon. So let's push up to 26, which is the combat. Now I wouldn't usually be doing this with a tank, but I'm just curious. So I'm just wondering how long I can keep it like this, because the AI seem to be going well past me off the when we're forming up and pushing out. So that temp's going up. How much will it go up? It's a bit more to put it up to 26. Now I've got to test it without the tank, because these settings here have it a lot further down. They got it 1.3 ATA and I'm pushing 10 more than the recommended settings. So is that possible without taking off the automated governor? Although that temperature still seems to be holding. All temperatures going up. My speed is 460, sorry, 470. I was hoping to get up to about, I'm losing altitude a bit here, got to keep it level. So that's kind of holding really. I don't think that's going to go up any. If anything, it's dropped a bit temperature wise, so can actually push it for a fair while at 26. Now we've got to engage, yeah, that's engaged the boost, so let's see exactly what happens when I put in boost. See how long I can kick that in. So boost is on, that's this gauge over here. Get that nose up. So what's the RPM there? 2800, which I'm pretty much on there. That's full throttle forward. So it's definitely more than 10 seconds I've held it for. But look at that ATA, I'm way above what they say there. So maybe it is 10 minutes if you actually get the ATA on that. So I'm definitely past the 10-second mark. And look at my speed. Out of curiosity, let's drop the tank now because I'll find out. And the tank's away. Nose up again. Temperature is rising, so it's not going to last for too long. But a lot longer than I thought. Good to know. I've dropped about 500 feet here, let's get it back up. All temperatures rising. Coolant temperature is high, but she's still holding pretty well. Alright, let's just see if I can't see things up. My speed's dropping a lot because I'm climbing. Let's just keep it about this level. I'll come back to exactly when we blow the engine. So what are we? About 7 past, is it? On the clock, so we'll see how long it takes me to blow it from here. I'll skip ahead. Alright, my temperature gauge on my radiator is lowered. My oil hasn't increased. He's now, where did I leave it? 7 past. So I've gone easily another like 15 minutes. Full boost, or as much as I can get out of it. ATA well high, and I've not blown the engine. So now I'm wondering if that's the way it should be, because that seems, let's put the oxygen on, that seems well off. I should not be able to do that for that long. Unless it's just at certain heights and whatnot, but that is full. What happens if I manoeuvre around a bit? What happens? So increase the I climb, let's check the temperatures as I'm doing maneuvers. Yeah, it's going up now. ATA is just maxed out. Well, that tells me that I can push this thing a lot more than I thought I could. Now, out of curiosity, what happens? I just pull it back. When I take it out of auto mode, and then I'll manually work this prop pitch. So I've gone full boost again. Let's just drop the prop pitch just to keep that temperature at the certain on the max there. So what am I, 930 on the prop? Let's get down a bit more. Still rising. My speed's still quite good. I have dropped, haven't I? I started at 6,000. Got to try to keep it level throughout this. I'll see if I put it up full prop pitch, it's going to blow up pretty quickly. So I'm about to go max on the prop pitch, max on everything. There we go, now I've blown it. Alright, so question is if I just jump out and refly that. Let's just drop that tank straight off. Oops. Oh, nose down, buddy, nose down. Alright, question is, can I get, if I take, go to bound, haven't I? There we go. I've taken the automation off the prop pitch. What I want to be able to see is, can I get this, so I'm going to put it to 1.3 ATA, then I'm going to drop the prop pitch. Manually to 24. Well, I think it was actually 125 ATA and 24. There we go. So manually working the prop pitch, going by chucks there, 24 and 125 ATA. I should be able to run that pretty much forever. And then when I push up to 26, oops, 1.35 and 26 RPM. So without the automation, I get the right settings, but with the automation, I can't meet those settings on there. I've got to be manual prop pitch. But I could be in combat with that quite easily for, and I'm now. I gathered that's 30 minutes, so if I was to push it up even a bit more to 1.4, I reckon I'd be fine. And maneuver like such, and if I put in the boost, blown the engine already. Alright, so pretty much if you have it on auto, let's do that same thing again, except I'll just keep it in auto. And you seem to be able to run for a long time, so interesting. So I'm in auto now, let's just get rid of the tank. Let's go nose up. So that's combat there, 26, and it's put me in, what's that, about just over 14 ATA. Let's just trim down. Alright, so that's my combat with the automation on. Let's just do some maneuvers. Without stalling, let's not be lazy and use the rudder pedals. Temperature seems to be holding okay. Do a dive. Temperature well down when I went into a dive, like you'd expect. Now climb. Too steep. So I could be pretty confident if I stop stalling here of pushing this thing a lot more. Now it seems like I can actually stay a lot longer than I thought. I was so paranoid. Now let's push up to emergency power. Test that out, see how long before I blow it. Okay, the temperature's going pretty high now. I don't expect it to last too long. Let's just keep it into a climb here. At 28 RPM and I'm well over the ATA recommended. Well, they're saying that. Actually not, am I? It's just a bit over it, not that much. So that's actually minutes, then I can spend 10 minutes like this in combat. Which is going to help enormously. So I was only cutting this after literally 10 seconds. Alright, good to know. Let's just keep maneuvering until I blow this thing, which might be a while, so... What's the clock? About 4 past there. I really struggle going to the right. There we go, got to use the rudder. So that's going to cool me down when I go down. Alright, so yeah, I'm pretty keen to get into a back into the missions now. Now I've worked out just how much. Look at that, the temperatures are fine, the oil's going up, but still in parameters. Very interesting. Come out of boost. Yeah, the oil's getting pretty high there, so. Alright, so I hope that was helpful. Anyone that's having the same trouble with me, and yeah, whack that thing in auto. And I was so paranoid because I always saw it up the top with that chevron. But yeah, it holds it. It holds it pretty well. and I'll leave it there and come back to campaigns.